do you see the future for companies who were innovating? They are innovating, but it's not innovative enough.
Yeah, exactly. You know, companies are looking at their balance sheets. Everybody, as part of this digital transformation, you know, everybody is asking themselves, great. Yes, we have to implement new technology, but we cannot afford to implement technology for technology's sake, just because it's cool, because we have salaries to pay. We have to make sure that our business remains profitable so that we can be here tomorrow. And how is this going to help the bottom line? And that's really what this digital transformation is all about.
Exactly. And that brings us from all the great promises and the technological excitement, all right? Many of us already understand that tech is here. Tech is here. Those algorithms, we like it, we don't like it. They're in every app we're using. It's in every device around us. It's millions of them in every device we're using. We don't think about it every day. So tech is here, and tech is keep investing and keep innovating. That's great. Question is how we human at every level, individual, family, city, country, how do we face this new technological reality, and how do we feel about it inside of it? What do you think? Yeah.
That is such a great question. I get asked this question all the time. You know, we're innovating. We have this new technology, and an inevitable part of this evolution is a displacement of jobs. And a displacement of jobs means that people are going to be impacted in a negative way. So people are afraid of this new technological revolution. But if you think about it, it's nothing new. I mean, in the 1850s, during the Industrial Revolution, we went through the same thing. And in every generation, we went through this. So it's not the new 21st century, Industry 4.0 revolution. You know, this is the same process that's been happening year over year over year. This reminds me of a story many years ago. You know, we both live in the New York City area, and New York is notorious for tolls. I mean, you cannot walk 3 feet without having to pay tolls somewhere. And, you know, we're right next to New Jersey, where there are toll highways. So one of the more prominent highways called the Garden State Parkway, which basically goes from the north end of New Jersey to the south end, and there is a toll booth every 3 feet. And in the olden days, those of us that remember, you know, our ashtrays, because I'm not a smoker, so us non-smokers, our ashtrays used to be used for quarters and dimes and nickels, which we use for either paying toll or parking meters. And so I remember going through one toll booth and fishing through for, you know, like a quarter and a dime and candy wrappers that my kids left. I don't eat candy. and I asked the guy at the toll booth, do you know when Easy Pass will be implemented here, you know, our electronic toll system? And he got so angry at me. And you know, I was taken aback by that. He was so upset. Why do you want this? This is going to take away our jobs. And I was thinking, yeah, but it's going to make my life easier. And all these people behind me, we're not going to have to stop and wait in traffic, and we're not going to have to fish for quarters and all that. But, you know, it hit me that, you know, there are two different mindsets, and there are people that are very vocally opposed to technology. But, you know, we've all gone through this. And in fact, how am I here today? You know, I have evolved. I come from 20 years in telecom. So from telecom to high-tech influencer, industry analyst, ask the CEO, media, you know, something happened in between, right? You know, I went through an evolution. You know, telecom went through a disruption. That's the big buzzword we all talk about. In 2017, there was a big disruption. 2015, you know, cloud communication was really big. Everybody was going to the cloud. People weren't buying these big metal cabinets that sat in your phone room and broke down all the time. 2016, people started to seriously consider cloud communication. 2017, a major manufacturer went through a bankruptcy, and nobody wanted guys like me who were consultants in telecom. And, of course, the industry came back a little bit, but that got me thinking, at this stage in my life, I've invested 20 years in a career in technology. I don't want to be subjected to these ups and downs and cycles of disruption. I want to be ahead of the curve. And I took the initiative and put in the effort to educate myself. And I didn't have money to educate myself. I actually, took the resources that we had, which is the internet, and it's free and available to all of us. And I learned. And, some of us might be in different fields and it might be harder, but there are people, you can make friends, you can join communities. I mean, listen to podcasts like us. That's what I did. I just had my earbuds on all day long and just listened to podcast after podcast. And I started to reach out to these podcasters and ask for advice. And some people actually responded to me and they pointed me to the right direction. And over 4 years, I evolved to where I am today. So, I'm not saying this to sing my own praises, but just to show you that I'm just like you. I was down in the dumps. And yet I leveraged, technology. I leveraged resources that are available to me in order to educate myself and join, the contemporary industry and find a place for myself or create a place for myself in this industry.